What's up, everybody? It's Caleb. So there were some updates to that whole private server Nostalrius thing, and we're going to talk about that for a little while. Hopefully you enjoy it. There were also some updates to my life in that I started to get a cyst in the inside of my leg. But hopefully the private server thing is going better than that. Hopefully you enjoy the episode. There's been a follow-up on the whole Nostalrius discussion. I'd like us to continue, or to just give our 2 cents again, because we gave them before, and let's keep it up. So basically, what's happened is that there's been an official response from Blizzard about it, and it's not declaring any definitive things. It's not saying we're going to make private servers, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that. It's just saying that they're listening and that they're talking with people from Nostalrius. But one thing that they brought up that basically no one was expecting is this concept of a pristine server. And because their main thing that they're saying is, like, we had to shut down Nostalrius to protect our IP, because you just sort of have to do that. And they're also saying that they don't have the resources to make their own private server, which is pretty much a lie, because, like, if a bunch of basement neckbeards can do it, then I'm sure that one of the biggest, most wealthy companies can do it. But something that they've brought up is, like, a compromise concept called a pristine server. And what that is it's exactly the same as a normal server, except they would remove sort of the new additions to the game that make it easier. For example, they would remove heirlooms, they would remove the group finder, they would remove any experience potions or any way to get experience at a more accelerated rate, probably garrisons. They've also increased the rate at which you gain experience in the expansions, and I think that they would reset that back to what the normal amount was. So basically they'd be trying to make the current game as much like it was in vanilla as possible, although it would still be the current game, it wouldn't be vanilla.
It's kind of a nice compromise.
Yeah, it's interesting, because, like, so that's just their concept. And, they've still said beyond that they are going to be talking with the people from Nostalrius, so there might still be more to be heard on that front. But I'm just curious as to what all of you think about the concept of a pristine server, and, like, what that seems like to you. Because I know, to me, it seems different. Like, it's not what I would expect. And part of me thinks, like, well, if I could be playing if I could just be playing a server where I'm getting experience slower but it's the same game, why would I not just play on the faster one? But I guess if you were looking for that experience, then that's where you go.
People pine for that slow experience. When somebody says, I'm level 100 on a pristine server, you know that they really had to work for it.
Right.
It's not like you just got there and everybody gets there, so that's fine. Like, you want to make it so some people quit. It's too tedious, and they're just going to give up. Because then being a level 100 actually feels like you've accomplished something. And that's the biggest joke of video games of all. Makes you feel like you accomplished something.
Nice.
We learned something today, kids.
Because you haven't accomplished anything.
There is no accomplishment happening.
At all. The skill set you've learned works only in that world. That is it.
And now there is a potential career for you in esports. This is a thing. However, I must warn you, even very, very good players have nothing on those twitchy nerds that are the champions. Those champion nerds.
I can't get to
Nerdleets.
I can't get there.
Can we call them nerdleets?
Nerdleets?
Yeah. Like athletes, but
nerdleets.
I have a plan of action for the Nostalrius server people and Blizzard to come to. I think it would be advantageous for both sides if Blizzard could absorb the top, hardest working 30 people that maintain Nostalrius, and just let them keep working on it, let them maintain and do the admin they have been, but under the flag of Blizzard. And you give them exactly what...
You hire them.
Right. And then they can provide for their base of people the same service they have been. Blizzard can charge for it, hopefully less, pennies, so maybe $5 a month. And
No. They got to be fully subscribed to the game. There's no way that they get that special treatment and a discount on the game. No way.
Oh.
They pay
What
for
about
the
what if it's like
subscription.
$5 extra?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's fine.
Yes, now we're talking about it in a real way.
So all right, so the business kinks are there, but they need to merge and like give the people what they want.
The business kinks are ironed out, is what you mean.
No,
To say.
they kind of have ironed out what people want with that pristine server thing, is because they want, like Billy said, is that elitism of this 100 actually means something. Like I remember when I played Pokemon and I got to level 100. That was awesome when it was still just Pokemon Red and Blue. But then there was the rare candy glitch and everybody could get their Pokemons up to 100 super fast. I hated playing it when everyone was 100. I liked playing it when my level 100 was a big deal,
Yeah,
right? And so, like,
that's a real thing.
yeah, making it harder makes, you're not a real gamer. They just want that argument, because all nerds and all gamers are looking for is that inclusion that they don't get in the real world.
Right. I would play this game even if it was hard.
Yeah, I'm a real fan because I'm a level 100 and I'm not accelerated, so I'm better than those people who rejected me at high school. Like, that's what it is.
I agree with all of it. I agree with all of it. Yeah.
And so, like, with a pristine server, you have that. And you have that. And so there'll be some griping, and then they'll suck it up and eat it.
So
Or they'll go to the easier server.
I think that the main reason that people want a legacy server, like specifically Nostalrius, and not a pristine server, is because of nostalgia. And I don't think that a pristine server would deliver nostalgia. I think that would deliver the challenge aspect, which I do think is a big part of it.
Yeah.
But I think that another big part of it is people want to be able to pop in that game that they played
Yeah.
when they were a kid.
And that's
they
what
can't
I
do
thought, I guess I forgot, like, last time, is that just, it's so weird to think that that's a huge element missing, and that this is so different than the first game version of it, because, yeah, that's not something I can really relate to, the idea of, I can't do that. Like, Injustice, God Among Us is always going to say when I put it in. Resident Evil 2 is always going to be the same, so I guess I'd be pretty annoyed if I couldn't do that.
Yeah, it seems to me that people will be able to do that with most games.
Uh-huh.
Not an MMO. That's the whole deal.
Yeah.
But it's like you could put in any computer game and
Yeah.
it's just the same game.
And actually, something that's interesting is that RuneScape, which is another MMO, sort of like a lower budget thing than WoW, but it had its popularity. They came into the same conundrum where they made it new, and then the fans all wanted it to be the same the way that it was, which is basically because nobody really liked the game, they just liked their memories from it. And eventually the developers of RuneScape caved, and they made the old thing. Are we fighting this person? They made the old servers, and it was a huge success. And like more people play the old ones than play the new current RuneScape. So a lot of people are saying like it's been proven that it's good and that they should do it based on that. But I don't know.
I'm sure WoW love being compared to RuneScape.
Right? Yeah. This fruit seller character.
you gotta go where the business is. It's like just a great business model, and it sounds like Blizzard is moving towards compromise. Just the fact that they're talking means there's going to be a meaningful solution for both sides.
Or it means that in 2016 they understand that you can't just like ignore a problem.
Tell people what was it? You think you want it, but you don't.
Yeah.
That guy is such an idiot. He should lose his job for that.
Oh,
He's like the top person.
I know, but what, idiot? You think you want that, but you don't? Like, that
like
really isn't understanding your fan base, is it?